Hey, it's the Only Gino, and this is Talk Now, Think Later. Let's look at the freaking news. All is forgiven after being dropped for Metal Gear Solid 5. David Hayter now says, it's my favorite gameplay of the series.
Such drama.
Yeah, such drama. Alright, so Hayter was replaced by Kiefer Sutherland for the fifth game. Metal Gear Solid voice actor David Hayter says there's no longer any hard feelings about the decision to drop him for the fifth game in the series. Hayter was the voice of Solid Snake and Naked Snake in the Metal Gear series and appeared in 8 games, 4 main series entries, a remake, and 3 handheld spin offs before being dropped by Konami. For Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain and its prologue titled Ground Zeroes, Snake was instead played by 24 actor Kiefer Sutherland, making it the first main series entry not to involve Hayter. At the time, Hayter refused to play the game, telling Game Informer back in 2016, that'll be 60 hours of humiliation that I can't get to. I haven't played the last 2 iterations, Ground Zeroes and The Phantom Pain, because it's just too painful. A decade later, however, Hayter has now revealed that he has now played Metal Gear Solid 5 and met Kiefer Sutherland and has no ill will towards either the game or his in game replacement. There was reluctance, he said, about approaching Metal Gear Solid 5. I didn't want to play the game because I figured it would hurt my feelings. Then, 10 years went by and I was like, to hell with my feelings. What do I care? I'm a screenwriter, so I get fired for a living. Like, I literally eventually get fired from every single gig that I've got, and I'm not a child. I was like, stop being a baby and play the game. So I played it. It's amazing. Hayter explained that he used to get insulted when fans would tell him their favorite game in the series was the one he wasn't in. But that now he's played it, he probably agrees with them. I would like I would ask fans what's your favorite Metal Gear, and if they said Metal Gear Solid 5, I'd be like, what the hell, dude? Like, thanks. Do you want to give me a paper cut as well? Maybe pour some lemon juice on it. And then I played it and I'm like, I think this is my favorite gameplay of the series. The fact that you can go into the same scenario each time and the enemy soldiers gonna be doing the same thing, but you can take on different routes or different strategies of attack makes it feel like time travel. So yes, that was badass. So far as I'm concerned, all is forgiven. Hayter revealed that he also bumped into Kiefer Sutherland at a bar in Dallas, and the pair had a bunch of drinks. And he's a great guy, he said. No ill will, all is forgiven. Fans who have been missing Hayter's voice will be able to hear him again in the upcoming Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, which will be released on August 28th, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Great! All is well that ends well.
Why was he fired?
Uh,
Do we know?
Sadly, your mic is not on here. Yes.
You can just
Uh,
reiterate it for
yes. For my wife is asking, why was David Hayter fired? Uh, there was no clear reason of why he was fired, but the only clear feelings of people is that they think that Kojima's been really obsessed with Hollywood actors.
Ah,
And a lot of his Metal Gear stuff is really like pushing the limits of video game storytelling because he's always talking about movies, Hollywood movies. So when they got when they announced this, that it was Kiefer Sutherland, uh, people were just speculating like, maybe it's like it's another voice or like maybe it could be switchable or something like that. But the bad part, and I think why David Hayter really felt so bad about this is that they didn't even reach out to him to tell him that he's not gonna
be there.
be there. Although, like it's not I don't hey, it's business, right? Like if you think about it first, it's business. Of course you are the voice that people have known,
Yeah.
for a
It's
while.
associated to you by now.
Exactly. So, in terms of the fan base and you, right? Like it's supposed to be it's kind of your thing now. You've created that. So David Hayter created the Solid Snake voice. I'm not saying that that's wrong or that's supposed to be the thing, but at the end of the day, these corporations make their own decisions of like, okay, what's this about? Like why are we not gonna hire this guy now and we're going this route and everything?
Courtesy call.
Yeah, it's like well, maybe that's, yeah, maybe Kojima knew that like Konami was about to kick him out. So he was like, I'm not even going to do courtesy calls to these people because I'm never going to do, Metal Gear. Let me just destroy every single, sever the ties of all whatever. I don't know, maybe not. But I would say though, and I so here I guess in my news segment and most of my content here my channel, this is gonna be the first spoiler warning for everybody. So I'm just gonna say before I go to spoilers, I'm very glad that David Hayter has moved on. That was a very long.
Stop hating.
Yeah, David Hayter, stop hating. I should write that. Thank you. Credits to my wife for that. And the big thing about this is that at least we still got Snake. If Metal Gear is still gonna be a good franchise, hopefully. And no one wants bad blood. With different entities that we're fans of, etc. or whatever. And he's right. David Hayter's right. Metal Gear Solid 5 is, for lack of a better term, solid. It's pretty good. All right, so
Solid Snake.
yeah. So I have given my warning that now the next words that are coming out of my mouth are gonna be spoilers about Metal Gear Solid 5, which David Hayter was not called to say it to be the voice of Snake. So I'm gonna get into spoilers in 3, 2, 1. So in Metal Gear Solid 5, the big twist at the end is that whoever you're playing is not Snake.
Huh.
Yeah, you will play the entire game thinking you're Snake. You'll the who
Why?
whatever the face is, it looks like Snake. It sounds like Snake. I mean, with Kiefer Sutherland Snake, right? Like it's all that. Uh, I forget the why of the story because Kojima's
But who are you then?
you are basically a person that woke up from a coma that
Thinking you are Snake?
everybody was in on it,
Oh.
made you. So they did prosthetics and everything, and they made you think you were Snake,
That's so weird.
and you
Why?
were as good, as badass as Snake. You had, they just said that you had kind of like a slight amnesia for
And then when
whatever.
you figured it out, all of the skill just went kaput.
No, I don't know. No. I remember the end of it was you meet the real.
Oh.
Now here's why I wanted to say something about this. At the end of this, you meet the real Snake, and the real Snake is like, oh, I wanna.
Was it also
I forget what it's like.
Kiefer Sutherland?
See, that's you're jumping too fast with my thing. So the real Snake basically said, or something like this. I forget. It's like it's been a couple of years since I played this. I remember the real Snake saying, "Hey, you can continue this entire thing, and you don't have to tell anybody that you're not you. You are who you are, whatever, right? Like, and
You are who you wanna be.
yes, exactly. So you are Snake, right? Like, you basically are Snake. So, and it's alluding to the idea that maybe, Snake wants to retire, and the real Snake wants to retire, and this new guy could continue the legacy of Snake. you know. So anyway, my point there is, what a missed opportunity if David Hayter was a surprise voice
Yeah, for that.
to really voice the real Snake during the final hours of that game.
Yeah.
It could have been good, but no.
Did they use all of the other existing voices? Or
Y-
are there
I believe so. I'm
except for him then?
yeah,
Okay. So I guess that's
one of them is Troy Baker. So, we know
Yeah.
that. But I believe that Otacon, Snake's like Q, or intelligent guy, like James Bond Q. Uh sounds to me like he's the same guy.
Okay.
But it's not. Yeah, it's not. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, so missed opportunity. David Hayter has the, so, spoilers are done. Flagging this spot here so I can do the short. Last thing I want to say about this is, yeah, David Hayter, I don't blame him for feeling that way. Especially he's got like what, eight games, 8 generations of games like underneath his belt, for doing the most iconic voice of Snake, like war has changed or whatever. Something like that. Have you heard of the Snake voice at all?
No.
No? Okay. Anyway, yeah, the war has changed. Yeah, like,
Probably.
yeah, Snake's voice is like super cool. Okay, anyway,
So now it's gonna be oh, sorry, it's a different Sutherland.
yeah,
I'm glad I'm not on my mic.
yeah, you're not on your mic. Yeah, save the audience from that really bad joke. Anyway, want to say I'm happy for David Hayter. I wonder if Kojima's gonna say anything about this stuff. Maybe he's not, because it's tied to Metal Gear, and you're putting that under the rug now, and things like that. I'm just gonna say I'm hoping that the Metal Gear franchise is still good. We'll see. Congrats, David Hayter. You're back.